All right, y'all, we'll get took off here in a minute. Well, hey, it's old Rip One Outdoors. And we're gonna rip one here today on our lunch break. I want you to look at the leaves, y'all. You hear them tires going through them. I tell you, I raked all these leaves up with the lawnmower. Look at them there. Y'all see them? I raked them all up last week, and they've already fell again. This little old blow we had come through here, well, it's more than a blow. Anyway, some of y'all might be thinking I probably got some big expensive equipment that I pick all these leaves up with. I'll show y'all what I pick them up with. And it's got a story with it, and I'll tell the story. But there it is. Old John Deere there. Old John Deere, and it ain't got no cover on the front there. We call him Mr. Rogers, and we say that with utmost respect. We got that old lawnmower from my sister-in-law, stepdad, had passed away. And anyway, there's a little story about that, but let me just get with y'all further on down the road there. How about that? Let's roll that intro. Yeah, it's kind of cool this morning. Well, I say cool, it's 70 degrees, but I mean, I'm in short sleeve here, polo shirt. Feels pretty good. But I thought today we would go and do just a little bit of flower watching. Just get out and take a ride in this beautiful weather. I mean, there's some old azaleas there along the side of the road here. They trim them up about every year or so with the lawnmowers. Yeah, azaleas are blooming really pretty. I thought we'd make a run to Picayune and just see what we could see. I don't have anything to pick up, no medicines, nothing at Walmart. Let's just take a ride and let's just see what we can get into. They've been striping the road here. They're getting ready to start asphalting Ace and McQueen. They're gonna do Ace and McQueen up to here, and they're gonna do Joe Bennett all the way back up by the house there. What am I riding? I'm riding Old Heavy. And y'all say, well, what's Old Heavy? You let these people around. Traffic's kind of getting really congested along in here. Yeah, congested traffic on Ridge Road. Yeah, I've been working picking them leaves up and all, and I guess I'll get out there maybe this evening and start picking up some more. But I use that old mower right there. I told y'all I'd tell you a story about that old mower, and it's a sad story. But it kind of goes along with some events that we've just experienced here in South Mississippi. My sister-in-law's stepdad lived in JS, Mississippi. That's up by Tylertown, out from Tylertown. And if y'all know anything about the recent news, you know Tylertown was just hit by a big tornado in the last day or so. Well, it happened just the other day. But Mr. Roger, he lived up there out at JS, out in the country. And there's a tornado come through here a few years back. It went through his house, y'all, and it killed that good man. Donald and their family went up there gathering up stuff. They brought that old lawnmower back, and I just told them, I said, give me that old lawnmower, we'll pick up leaves with it in honor of Mr. Rogers. And every time I get on it, I thank the Lord for it, and I thank Mr. Rogers. He was a good man. So that's all we'll say about that. But yeah, there's that hood, it ain't got no hood on it. The tornado ripped that hood completely off of it. Devastating. Yeah, that thing that went by his house. It went all out through South Mississippi, just like this one did at Tylertown. They got a big RV park over there they call Paradise RV Resort. And back when we had our camper, we'd go over there. Well, I don't think we just went over there one time, that's all, but it was a very nice place. It was they had like a 1 acre pond that they had converted into a swimming pool with concrete lining and everything. And people swim. They had a whole herd of red deer. And they were gentle, and they come all around the trailers where you're at, where you're camping, and you could feed them. They had hogs, these just regular hogs, and they had pot-bellied pigs and all that stuff. And them animals come around. I seen one old hog come there and got up under somebody's RV and had pigs one night. I mean, yeah, it's always something going on around there. But y'all, you can't even recognize that place now. From the videos that I've seen, it was completely destroyed. One thing that was really nice about the place was the trees. There ain't a tree left in there, y'all. I doubt very seriously that place will ever come back. I don't think there was anybody killed at the RV park, but there were some people killed over around there in Tylertown. We're sorry for hear about that. Yeah, we're just gonna drive the horse kind of hard here on our lunch break. Sorry if the wind's blowing, y'all. Wind's been blowing really hard, so you might hear a puff on the microphone there every once in a while. I can't do much about that other than what I'm doing. But we appreciate y'all tuning in. I know I usually do a face-to-face intro sometimes, but today we're just gonna do a rolling intro. How about that? Y'all see me, y'all know what I look like. I certainly wouldn't win a beauty contest. I wouldn't be a leading man in some kind of TV program. But we thought we'd get out today. The weather's been really, really bad, you know, with the tornadoes and everything coming through. And I wouldn't say it's been really cold. Some days is muggy, some days is rainy. Today is absolutely gorgeous. It's a little chilly, but that's okay. Ain't that bad. Old Joe Ride up there in Michigan will give me some hard time about that. Hey Joe, how you doing up there, man? We hope everybody up that way is happy and well. Anyway, I told y'all I was riding old Heavy. That's the one that's the wired cruiser. I call him Heavy. Had an old boy, why would I call it Heavy? Because it is heavy. But we had an old boy one time worked down there in Slidell in the construction with us. They called him Heavy. He was about 6'5", probably weighed about 250 pounds. That's old Roger Dale associate. Here in South Mississippi, some of these young people's names, they'll call him Roger Dale or they always got a Dale in the middle of their name. Yeah, he was Roger Dale. And you use all three of their names. It's Roger Dale associate. But it's just a certain part of the country out there where they come from that they do that. Out there around Nikkei's Crossing. I tell you what, old Heavy's getting us on down the road. We'll talk about Heavy here for a minute. I tell you what, let's take a little ride up the airport road here. I'll show y'all what they're doing up here. I know I showed y'all where they're clearing the land for the technology center, but I'll show you something else they got going on. It has, I mean, if you care to see it. Yeah, old Roger Dale. They call him Heavy. So I thought I'd name this bike after Roger Dale and call it Heavy. That was his nickname. That's old Heavy. Son, they got the action going on at the Picayune Airport. I tell you what, old Heavy's got us going on about 24 miles per hour here. Of course, we are in pedal assist 3. I can bring that down a little bit. These old boys, look at them. They got them lined up like they're waiting on a parade to come through. One of them's old Irwin Harris there. I used to work with Irwin. He's a good old boy. And when they piling in dirt here, they gotta do something over here on the left. I don't know what they're doing there. And then up here, they got some work going on at the end of the runway up here. They're fixing to asphalt the runway. And I came out here the other day. It was really cloudy and all. I didn't video, but yeah, that's runway 18 right there, and it goes due south, and 36 down at the south end down there comes back north. But what they're doing here is they're building a construction road to go in here and let all them asphalt trucks go in there. I would assume that's what they're doing. Donald told me he thinks that's what they're doing. But they gonna haul asphalt in there and asphalt a new run. They're gonna come in there and put in a new layer of asphalt on the runway, and they're supposed to redo some of the lights and everything. So good deal for Picayune Airport. Yeah, I told y'all we'd talk about old Heavy just a little bit, but Heavy's doing me a good job, and Heavy's got some new brothers and sisters coming out. Now, I may call the name of them wrong, y'all. I can't remember everything. I mean, I got too much to try to keep up with. But one of them is a scout, and the other one is a warrior, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong about that, I'll correct it with a graphic on the screen, okay? Son, they're hauling the dirt in there. Where Irwin's at. He's probably back there on one of them Tonka toys. That's pretty little azalea right there, look at there. See, we ain't got to go to silk stocking to see azaleas. Anyway, I told y'all that they got Wired has come out with 2 new bikes. Yeah, check them out. They are the Warrior and the Scout. Hey, I'm not a salesman for them. I don't even promote their stuff. I'm just saying, check them out. But anyway, they're 72 volt systems. From what I understand, 50 miles per hour. Some people just licking their chops to get their hands on one of them. I'll tell y'all how I feel about that. I think if that's what they want, then people's gonna do it. But to me, this one here goes fast enough for me. So that's my take on that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them. I'm just saying, if I want a bike that gets me down the road, this one here fits the bill. But yeah, 72 volt system, battery in the front, big honking battery up front, big battery in the back on the rack. I believe they said the bike weighs 150 pounds, if I'm not mistaken. That's a lot of bike right there. That's heavy there. That sure enough is heavy. We'll leave y'all for a few minutes and we'll pick back up with y'all up by Walmart. How about that? Okay, y'all, we're back with you. Boy, that wind back there by them car dealerships, that wind was whooping. But look at that blue sky, ain't that pretty? It's always good to see the blue sky. Yeah, everything's turning green around here. I tell you what, we had us a mess of pollen this year. My goodness. This is actually my second trip on this charge, so I think we'll do good. Yeah, I came up here Friday, but that's why I was telling y'all. I came up here, it was so dark and cloudy and gloomy looking. I didn't do any video. I had to go get some medicine up at by Fred's, and I rode over into Silk Stocking and looked at the flowers while I was there. So I thought if we got enough battery, we'll take y'all over there today. Should be okay. Some people buying plants. I still say, you know, it thundered in February, so that by the old timers saying we're gonna get a frost in April. Right turn on red. Yeah, they got a few pretty flowers along through here. Mostly azaleas. I like this little mailbox. I think I showed y'all this already up here, but I like this little, I like the mailbox that they got here. It's a little bike. And they got the mailbox mounted on the back rack. Ain't that nice? Anyway, I was over here Friday riding around, and I met somebody riding the e-sails. Now, I don't know all the different models that e-sails makes, but y'all remember one time I told y'all I saw one at Walmart and the guy didn't even lock it up. It was a black bike and it had gold colored rims. I guess it was anodized, you know. But I saw him riding around. He wasn't going anywhere too quick. He was just taking his time, kind of like I do. Yeah, I see all the oak trees blooming out, the sweet gums, and all that's blooming. You know, the battery range on these bikes are really, I think, superior. I mean, of course, look at all the amp hours that you got. But I noticed what makes for the heaviest battery usage when your power really starts draining is when you're riding along in the wind, like I was back there a while ago, or like I was Friday. You're riding along against that wind. That power is going to drain down then. It's a pretty azalea. Look, we're on the flower watch patrol here. Everything works out well. I got a story over here I want to tell you. I know y'all appreciate story now and then. Kind of a comical story. Daddy always told us, and Daddy always told us the truth. He didn't make up some bunch of junk just so he could get a laugh out of us kids. He told us the truth. It's just the way it was. Look at this old car up here, y'all. I know I'm jumping back and forth between topics and all, but I know the price on that new bike, so that Warrior and that Scout, around $2,600, $25.99 plus $250, I guess $250 shipping. But you know what? For what you're getting, that's still not a bad price. I mean, look at this new Velotric Nomad 2 they just come out with. This thing's $2,000. I don't know about it. Look at this old car, y'all. Ain't that pretty? Yeah, I don't know about if that thing's worth no $2,000 or not. We're gonna go right through here. There's PJ's coffee shop. Let's see, can we get around here? Yeah. Past the dumpster. Y'all know where we at. This is where we end most of our videos at here. Talking about the flowers, I tell you, a lot of the azaleas are almost gone. Anyway, I came over this way because, well, there's some people sitting there jacked up there working on the church. There's the First Baptist Church of Picayune. Now, my daddy worked with a man that painted that building right there when it first was built. Whenever it was. And yeah, you see now they got big man lifts. Well, Daddy said they did all their work by scaffolds and ladders and ladder jacks and walk boards and stuff like that. You can imagine how dangerous that was. I mean, I've worked on a lot of that for myself. But Daddy said they were painting that building up there, and said the man he was working for had them using some old paint. Back then there was no such thing as acrylic latex paint. Everything was oil-based. And he wanted them to use that oil-based paint, and he wanted them to use it without thinning it. You know, every oil-based paint you get, you have to put a certain amount of thinner in it to get it to where you can work it. I mean, who knows? Who thought y'all would come along and hear about paint today? But that's what you're going to get. And Daddy said, there's a man up on the scaffold board with him, told him, said, Press, that's what he called Daddy, Press. He said, Press, I'm fixing to thin this paint. And Daddy said, don't let the boss man catch you thinning that paint. Said, you're going to be in trouble. He said, well, you can't work it. He said, you got to thin it. Here's something else they built in this, like a new arboretum thing here. Not an arboretum, like a gazebo thing. It's got a name. They call it the Oaks. But yeah, they building that there. Let me see, maybe I can show you a picture of it. This is all part of the Crosby Commons, which Commons is right here. Coming soon, the Oaks at Crosby Commons. So yeah, another place that people can get out and relax and do things. I really like these Crosby Commons right here. I'll get back to the story, y'all. So Daddy told the man, said, I ain't gonna call no names, but Daddy told the man, said, you can't thin that paint. So that man get in trouble. He'll jerk us both down from this ladder. And Daddy said he heard something sounded like water running. He said this fella had pulled out down there and was peeing in that paint bucket. So he peed in it and he thinned that paint out to where he could use it. He said, I don't care if I get fired. He said, I can't use that stuff like that. How many of you has ever peed in your paint to thin it down some? Oh, glory. I tell you, that Daddy was full of stories. Somebody, a viewer recently asked me, said, do you ever run out of stories? And I said, you know, Daddy never run out of stories. As long as he lived, he never ran out. So I don't guess I'll run out. Let me just take a look at my time. Well, we're kind of on bingo time, so y'all know what that means. That means I can't lollygag around too much here. We'll make a quick run down through silk stocking, and we're not gonna dilly-dally around. People keep their bushes trimmed up. You see that? All right, what's that dinging down there? Y'all hold on, I got something dinging. I must have run over something or another. There's the culprit right there, piece of limestone. And it was hitting that metal fender. Of course, I ain't gonna talk about the metal fenders because you'd have probably heard it if it hit plastic fenders. All right, let's go. We gotta go, horse. Come on. Pretty nice day today. Cutting grass over in the Crosby Mansion there. Yeah, I told my wife this place is really pretty down in here. I might run her up here one evening and let's ride around. Now them people back there, they got them something what I need for them leaves. They got them a big old blower mounted on wheels. And they'll ride out through there and they'll blow them things. They'll get them out there somewhere where they can pick them up. Like I say, we usually go up Gray Oak there, but we just gonna march on here, okay? I saw these the other day. Ain't they pretty? That's a good place to stop. We're just gonna take a picture, y'all. Taking a picture is not dilly-dallying. All right, y'all grab some and hang on. We're gonna make a quick trip through Silk Stocking here. Now them azaleas are pretty. They're white and with pink centers. All right, y'all recognize where we're at now? One of my most photographed places that I like to bring my bikes and take pictures and all. But because of time constraints, we just gonna ease on through. A lot of water in there, a lot of excess water. Of course, that's what we got from all that rain that brought the tornadoes the other day. Somebody building a new house here. One thing I noticed about this is they paint the brick. I see a lot more of that going on nowadays is people painting their brick. I don't know if I would do that, y'all. The brick companies work hard to make these bricks pretty. And then to paint them, I don't know about that. There's water through here. Let's see if I can go around it. Yeah, we got quite a bit of rain, but I think Picayune got more than what we did. It all depended on where you was at. All right. So much for the flower parade. I mean, there's still plenty of flowers through here. I just thought some of y'all may be up north and enjoy looking at some flowers, and I'm sure yours will be blooming out if they ain't blooming out already. But look at the grass turning green. Yeah, we're full spring here. Yeah, I get a lot of correspondence about the wired cruiser that I'm riding. People asking me, you know, what I like the most about it and all that, and I think I have pretty much covered all of that. So I'm not gonna go back into a whole lot of that. If I had money right now and was looking at a bike, y'all, it would be hard to pass up this wired cruiser right here for the price. $2,000, and again, I'm not a salesman for them. I don't get nothing out of it. I just got a good bike that I enjoy, and people want to ask me my opinion, I'll tell them. If I'm gonna spend my money, I want to spend my money wisely. $2,000 and add $250 for shipping. There you go. Them old boys got them a dangerous job there. I wouldn't do that. Work up on them roof, on them walking them rafters and all like that, and them joists. Ooh, you can't beat that price for the bike that you're getting. So it would be hard for me not to go back and get this same bike. But I'll throw a but in there. I don't call it heavy without a good reason. It's heavy. And if I want a bike to throw on a bike rack to go and go to Possum Walk or Bay St. Louis or whatever with, this is not the bike for that. So that's my opinion on that. You may differ, that's fine. But it's hard for me not to recommend this bike if somebody's looking for a bike. What I tell somebody is, hey, you want a bike just to ride around from your house and ride like I do all the way to town, place like that. This is your bike right here. That's a little shop class. That's where I spent 2 years in there in the annex there. That's where I took my metal trades course. I won the award for that class in my year that I was in there. Yep, metal trades. It was I learned a lot. Learned a lot of things that I still, just like when I broke that screw off. Well, I didn't break it off. That thing broke off from that X-Peak, electric X-Peak 2.0. It had a bolt broke off in it. I knew exactly how to get it out of there. I didn't have to go call the mechanic to get that thing out. And I noticed on electric all-wheel, they unboxed one and it was the same way. Had 2 broke bolts in it. That's a shame, y'all. That's something electric needs to deal with that. I'm sure they will. They're a good quality company. I wish I could take y'all some different places and all, but y'all, I'm running out of time today. So I mean, I've only got a certain amount of time to get back home, and that's what I'm gonna do. But I tell you what, it done a good job getting us up here. And I'm sure it's gonna do a good job of getting us back. Y'all remember when I first got this bike, how loud the brakes were? They've since quietened down. I'm glad of that, because I didn't want to have to invest in no brake shoes. But yeah, it's quietened down quite a bit. Y'all, it used to be an old picture show back there. Actually, you had one on this side of Highway 11 and one on the other side. And they were owned by, if I'm not mistaken now, I may be telling you wrong, they were owned by brothers, the Mosley brothers. One of them was called the Pick, P-I-C, and the other one was called the Ritz, R-I-T-Z. Putting on the Ritz. Some of the first movies I ever seen, I saw there. Now, them things was old because Mama and Daddy used to walk to Picayune and look at what they call the picture show. They used to walk all the way from the house up here to see the picture show. That's where all that bunch of kids had been that time. That they come back and it was after dark before they got back. And Uncle Prentice had got on that bridge down there by the church and decided he was going to scare them. He jumped out with he put his overcoat over his head and jumped out and screamed at them, and they took off running. They went up there to Mr. Jaber Seal's house, which is right there where my cousin lives now. They run completely through his fence and run up in the house with him and told him somebody was down there trying to hurt him. I'm telling you, that family used to do some crazy things. We're down South Blanks. This road will take us right on back out to 43 South, or what they call Memorial Boulevard. Been in pedal assist 2 ever since I left the house, y'all. Well, no, I did run it in 3 for a little bit there, but I didn't realize it. I noticed it was pedaling mighty easy. I like 2 because it gives me some resistance, good resistance. Yeah, things are starting to really pick up around the house there. Still picking up leaves. I got to pick up leaves again. Mowing starting. Church revivals coming up. We got cleanup over there we got to do. We got to get a lift to get up there and wash the church steeple down and things like that. So we got a lot of things going on. Me and Susan was down there at Sam's the other day. We got this. Yeah, we was down there at Sam's the other day, and y'all ever go into Sam's and y'all see them little gazebos in there? Well, she saw it about the same time I did, and said, you know, I like that. It's a gazebo thing with a roof on it. It's 14 by 10. So we ordered us one of them. And it's coming in Friday, I believe. So I'll be putting that together. Yeah, I might have to get Joey and Mickey down there to help me put it together. It comes in about 1,000 different pieces. All right, watch for me now. Watch for me. Watch for me. Watch for me. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, we should be able to get it though. They give us something to get out there and tinker around on our lunch breaks. See what our time is. 12:48. They give us 12 minutes to get back home. We ought to be in pretty good shape. Pretty good shape. Went all the way to Silkstocking, looked at flowers, took pictures. Some of the people, they can't get over the fact that I'm riding along here at 30 and 35 miles per hour and still pedaling. I could see it in their eyes. I saw it Friday, and the guy, he looked over at me and just shook his head like, man, I ain't never seen nothing like that. Well, they took Old Glory down because that place is closed today. But I noticed it wasn't flying the other day, Friday I came by, because we've been having a lot of winds. I guess it just goes along with these March winds, you know. A lot of wind blowing. I guess he didn't want to tear up that flag. I'd like to know what that flag costs. Of course, he can afford it. I tell y'all what, we're going to salute the flag even though it's not there, right? We'll start our sign-off procedure. Sign-off procedure. Y'all know what it's like. Hey, y'all know what it's all about. Hey, we're going to be heading down Old Ridge Road here. Oh, they put some new rumble strips here. See them? Look. I guess that's to warn these drunks that they're coming up on a curve. They put some on the other side of the curve and on this side of the curve. I guess that's, somebody probably run off in the ditch there and said, well, I didn't know a curve was there. But we're gonna knock along here, y'all, and we're gonna tell y'all that we appreciate y'all riding along with us. I really hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed about the man pissing in the paint. As we always say, if you appreciate the channel and you enjoy watching, I would have really appreciated if you hadn't already, you hit that subscribe, hit that like, and hit that bell notification. That way you can be notified when we put out another video. So we're gonna ease on down the road. I hope y'all have enjoyed it. And we'll say God bless y'all till we see y'all again. It's a Rip One Outdoors. We heading on home.